here over 50% are occupied by the topic of art. And then you have like the little other spaces which are occupied by other people. In the development of AEG, which I haven't presented here in Nürnberg, the factory is a bit bigger but a bit younger, and it has other problems, so you have to invest more money. Although it's younger, they didn't build so expensively and everlasting as they did at Spinnerei times. And we have like, I think from 120,000 square meters rentable space we have there, maybe 8,000 is used by artists. We have only art production. We have created a non-for-profit show space as well, but there is no gallery scene in Nürnberg, so you will never be able to achieve a development like you do here. And on the other hand, at the moment, there is a great interest from university moving in on a topic, on a very technical topic of new energy research and stuff like that, which is of course interesting to create a quarter, but it will never be the same as Spinnerei, and it doesn't matter because I think every quarter is unique. But for example, if we get any press, so if we are in the media with the development, even in Nürnberg in AEG, it's always about art. So it's almost, if we have a good, this is a thing which comes quite handy when you do developments with art, is that you have a great interest from the media. They really jump at it. So if I rent out a space to the Siemens company of AEG with 8,000 square meters, it's like this in the newspaper. If I do a good exhibition with my artists who are there, it's like 2 pages. And so it's the artists actually who create the address, and it's the artists who kind of, you know, an artist doesn't divide between living and working, so he's always around, and he has a much better feeling for a place, and he creates the spirit of a place much more. And it doesn't matter if he doesn't pay a proper rent, because he actually gives so much intellectual rent to the place that it's you can't even put it to money actually in the end. Nice word, cultural currency. Yeah. I haven't that one, yeah.
At this time of the morning, brainstorm. But did you, in your development, do you also help artists? I know you create exhibition spaces, for example, but you help them in any other ways?
Well, I think so. Yes, of course. It's, you know, it's the day has only 24 hours, and there's a lot to do with a development of this size. And but I think, for example, which is, if I just look at myself and how much time to spend with which tenant. In Nürnberg, I have a tenant which is called Electrolux, and they are renting 20,000 square meters with their German headquarter there, for example. And I see the CEO of this company. I see once a year for 1.5 hours, and that's the communication we have with another. But they pay almost €2 million rent per year. Artists that have a studio of 20 square meters or 40 square meters, I meet like every week for an hour or two. But that's my own decision to do that. But of course, there is a thinking about how could there be, for example, a marketing structure for the artworks which come from AEG. I don't have to think about it in Leipzig because there are good galleries taking care of this, for example. But in Nürnberg, it definitely is a fact that there is good art production, but there's no one putting the spotlight on it, except of us maybe, because we're doing this. But in the end, we can't run a gallery ourselves, but we're having exchanges showing some of the Nürnberg artists, for example, in galleries in Leipzig and stuff like that. And of course, we're always looking for good artists who we kind of offer spaces then.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.